I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to Charleston White. One thing about Charleston White, man, he trolls to get your attention, but he has a good message underneath everything that he says. But I think a lot of people look at his trolling, they look down on him. But once he pulls you in and he got you paying attention to him, he be saying some real shit, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. He always be speaking that real shit. Let's get to it.
Now I gotta ask you, you have a young kid in Ja Morant, man, worth $300 million.
Yeah, I hope we go jail.
Big shout out to the regular dude. Regular dude said, what's going on? Enjoying my day off. Big shout outs, bro. How's the weather looking out there in Cincinnati? I know right now Pittsburgh is kind of cold. We just had a little bit of snow, so I'm pretty sure you guys have it too. Regular dude is definitely in the building. This is a regular. Put some respect on his name.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Mind you, he's from Memphis.
Yeah, I hope he goes jail.
He's in Memphis. Do you feel like he might be battling something personally though?
Nah, he
He'll
doing
be brandishing the gun on live.
He doing what every nigga like him that want to do that didn't get to live that life. They want to live it now. We all want. It's just like a woman who never got to hoe. When she get a divorce and in that late age in life, she start hoeing because she never got it out of her.
Ouch.
She start partying, going out. She start living her truth. Well, that's a hoe.
Real threesomes.
Whenever you catch a woman how she living her truth, that's a bitch want to be free as a hoe.
I'm living my truth.
Whenever you hear a woman say, I'm just living my truth, that's a bitch want to be free as a hoe, but don't know how to hoe and sell pussy.
I have to agree with him with that. That's the only thing that allows a woman to go out here and be liberated is her saying, I want to live in my truth. I want to be free. I don't want to be in a relationship. And he's absolutely right. It's because she never had a chance to go through that phase. And she thinks that she's missing out on something because she's hearing about the other girls that are doing it. A lot of women who get married and fall in love at an earlier age and then they get a divorce, those divorcees around 40, 50 whose kids are grown, those women be loose. And you see a lot of those girls hanging around the gym. So he is dropping straight game. Whenever they're just telling you, I want to be free, I don't want to be in a relationship, that means that they just want to go around and sleep around because they've probably been tied down to the same dude for a long period of time. You see a lot of that in the Western world, but it's almost non-existent outside the United States. A lot of these women, the older they get outside the United States, the more they want to be in a relationship. You have to understand, you don't see 45, 50-year-old women bragging about their purses, bragging about independence, bragging about the car they drive, bragging about their education. You don't see that. That's a young girl's game and early 30s game. When women get around 40, 45, 50 years old, they're realizing like, I have to find somebody to live and die with. That's why I don't understand these younger women. Big shout outs to regular dude, came back in with the $2. He says it's clear skies, 47 degrees out. He got on a hoodie. Big shout outs, dude. We got my man Fabian Music with the $2. He says facts. But yes, older woman in her 45, 50 years old, she's not gonna be bragging like a early 30-year-old because she knows exactly what it is. A woman, this is when they really wake up. When they get to the point of their life where they're single, they're sitting at home, they're browsing through the internet, they done been in and out of chat rooms, and they realize they by themselves. They start and look back at their life, and they're gonna realize everybody I had sex with, every man I had sex with was a bum. Every dick that I ever sucked was a bummy dick. They're gonna lose respect for themselves, and they're gonna realize I had standards that I could never achieve. And typically, that's when women wake up the most.
I'm gonna say it again, that's a bitch that wanna live free as a hoe, but don't know how to hold or sell pussy. So, this little boy here is no different. He like Suge Knight. Suge Knight never got to be a Pyru. Suge Knight never got to gangbang. It was Suge Knight cousins who lived in Compton who was the real niggas. So that's why when Suge Knight finally got the money, he went and got him a red suit. He got on that big old Source magazine, put the cigar in the mouth, he big red Pyru. And to that point, this is what people don't realize in hip hop culture, he never got to do that. So that's why when he finally got to do it, he was big Suge Knight. And we thought
And he's absolutely right. What people don't know is Suge Knight was a football player, but he was also Dr. Dre's security guard. So once he got a little bit of money, everything that he did was a facade. You seen it also in Tupac. Soon as Tupac got money, he turned into a gangster. But before he got the money, he was speaking positive. He was trying to mentor blacks. But when he got the money, he still did the same thing. He was still telling black people that you need to put the guns down and stop the black on black violence. A lot of black men, this is going to be the overall goal and dream. It's because this is what's pumped into your head when you're little. You have a lot of grown men now that are in their 40s. They're just now coming across wealth and they're just now getting some money. They're going back trying to dress like they're 19 years old. They're trying to wear jewelry like they're 19 years old. They're trying to look like they're extremely young because they never had a chance to live like that in their teenage years. So it's something about black culture that no matter what happens, ultimately everybody wants to put on this gangster persona. They want to be known as a gangster. And the reason why that is done is because it's a form of intimidation. Why is it a form of intimidation? It's because they've taken on a female spirit. They only know to lash out because that's what they grow up seeing. So if you grew up in black neighborhoods, then the energy you know is when you get money, you be flamboyant, you talk to others, you become the head alpha, you become the head gangster, because that is intimidating factors for people not to mess with you. So you always see the nicest people in the world, the good guys. Soon as they get a little bit of money, they try to put themselves in power so they can intimidate others not to mess with them. Not knowing the real killer is never going to argue back and forth with you. The real killers are just going to come and get you and take you out the game. Look at King Von. They said King Von was a killer because he didn't waste no time on the internet. He went to go see his victims.
Suge Knight was a big bad motherfucker, and he wasn't. It was the niggas around him. They thought Suge Knight was a Creampuff. Nah, the streets thought Suge Knight was a Creampuff. So I'm making a correlation to this kid. This kid is a Creampuff, trying to play like a gangster and a thug. That's why he's embracing it with all these 100 millions. They didn't get to do it before now. The niggas who got to did it before now, when they get to 100 million, they play square. They play square.
He's right. When real men make money, they have to play square because they have a lot more to lose. Once some men get so much money, they think even if I lose something, I'm not gonna fall off because I'm rich. But a real man in real life, once he works hard, and basketball players just have to be athletic. Musicians just have to create music that everybody's going to like. Once they stop making music that everybody's gonna like, they're gonna fall off, and then typically they fall into depression. But the average guy out here that gains success, that work hard, and to build his business up, he doesn't have time to play gangsters. For one, you start to become more powerful. Like with me, I can't play gangster as successful as I am because I have friend cops, I have ambulance friends, I have judge friends, I have lawyer friends, because I'm legit. When you're legit, you meet legit people. You start to get legit connections. The more connections you are legit, the more you can't play these street games here, because you can lose it all playing these street games. But when you have these athletes and these rappers, they can play the street game because their imagery sells. It makes the youth want to look at them and inspire to be them because they're already doing something that the youth like. The youth don't look at a carpenter and say, oh, I want to be a carpenter one day. I want to work on a roof one day. They look at that hard work as something they want to skip. They're like, man, I don't never want to be out there doing roof work. I don't never want to be fixing a house. I don't never want to be landscaping. So I got to try to find an easy way to get the money just so they can turn around and ruin their life. I always say, the bad part about the community time is that no matter how you get rich, everybody celebrates it like a rapper. You have lawyers that are trying to be rappers, doctors that are trying to